Hello everyone. In today's demonstration, I want to go over the extensive history of the Mona Lisa and the impact the art piece had throughout human history. Yes, I'm aware that I will not be the only person to have spoken about this topic, and I will definitely not be the last, although I would still like you all to listen to what I have to say about this topic, as I find it quite interesting and I just really wanted to talk about it. The Mona Lisa, with Mona meaning my lady, was an oil painting portrait that was created on a poplar wood panel by the man famously known as Leonardo da Vinci, and was believed to have been created in 1503 or 1504. The painting is widely considered to be the most well-known and influential piece of artwork to have been crafted by human hands. The lady in the painting was widely believed to be Lisa del Griondo, who was an Italian noblewoman and a member of the Ghirardelli family of Florence around the time of the Italian Renaissance period. While not much is known entirely about Lisa, we do know that she was a married woman with 5 kids who lived what was considered at the time to be well off, meaning that while she had money to her name, she was by no means wealthy. Lisa's husband, Francisco del Griondo, was the name famously known to have been the one to commission Leonardo da Vinci to create a portrait of his wife that would later become the now famous Mona Lisa portrait. The portrait was initially left unfinished until it was revamped by several different artists into the state it currently stands in today, with the painting being finished in 1516. The portrait wouldn't be nearly as nationally treasured as it was now during Lisa's lifespan, although it would gain traction centuries later following the infamous theft of the Mona Lisa by the man known as Vincenzo Peruggia, who was an Italian immigrant who had previously worked at the Louvre Museum, which is the current home of the famous art piece. The art piece was found in the trunk of the man behind the theft, and the Mona Lisa was later returned to the Louvre Museum. This incident brought worldwide exposure from the mass media to the Mona Lisa, which eventually made the Mona Lisa increase in significant value over time. The Mona Lisa today is estimated to be worth over $834 million, with the artwork only garnering more media attention as the decades go by. Now that I've informed you about both the creation of the Mona Lisa as well as the reasoning behind the artwork becoming famous, I will now talk about the history of the Mona Lisa getting passed around throughout the centuries, while only really being well known in the art world. The painting was believed to have first been moved following the death of Leonardo da Vinci. King Francis I ordered the Mona Lisa to be exhibited at the Palace of Fontainebleau, which became its home for more than 100 years. This was until it was taken by Louis the Great and placed in the Palace of Versailles. After the French Revolution, the painting was moved to its new home at the Louvre, during which Napoleon borrowed the painting to decorate his bedroom in the Tuileries Palace for about 4 years. In 1804, the Mona Lisa was finally placed in a Louvre museum, where it would reside as the main location for the Mona Lisa to this date. Every now and then, the painting would have to leave the Louvre for brief periods following several wars putting the art piece in danger, with the painting having to primarily be moved during periods such as the Franco-Prussian War as well as World War II. And this brings us to the only time the painting has ever been stolen, which is what brought the painting national fame. The Mona Lisa stayed stagnant in the Louvre during the passing decades with no major threats, although that didn't mean the Mona Lisa was safe. The Mona Lisa would occasionally deal with people attempting to vandalize and or destroy the famous piece of art, all in the name of attention. Examples include the time a man attempted to pour acid on the artwork while in a museum in Montauban, as well as another time someone threw a rock at the Mona Lisa while it was back in the Louvre. We cannot forget the recent incident back in January 2024 when 2 activists attempted to vandalize the Mona Lisa by throwing soup at it, which caused even more national outcry. Instances such as this come from the artwork being the most influential piece of art in human history, and that is why it comes with a heavy amount of protection, such as having bulletproof glass ceiling and heavy monetarization. In total, the Mona Lisa survived more than 500 years, and while the reshaping and consistent conservation treatments made the painting look a little more washed in its initial state, it was still well taken care of by the people looking after the Mona Lisa. There were several theories created under the impression that people wanted to understand the painting more in depth, with some theories ranging from questionable to outright ridiculous at worst. A common theory is the idea of Pablo Picasso's involvement in the case due to Picasso being friends with someone who is a suspect in a theory of the Mona Lisa, and in the end, both men turn out to be innocent. Another theory involves the idea that the Mona Lisa portrait was Leonardo da Vinci as a female, and this theory came along due to people still questioning the real identity of the Mona Lisa, with most people widely accepting it to be Lisa Gardini. The third and final theory I will talk about involves the idea that the portrait was made to look like his good friend / lover, Guion Caprotti, with it being said that Guion regularly dressed like a woman, although, It's up to speculation. There's a lot of theories out there. There is just so much substance to the Mona Lisa that it would be hard to fit everything there is about the painting into this small video. And that is what comes with the Mona Lisa being such an impactful piece of art within human history. And yeah, that is the end of my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed listening to what I have to say. I know I rambled on for a long time. And yeah, I hope you all have a good summer.